All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to the Switch the Field podcast, a podcast where we talk about the English Premier League. I'm your host Alfredo with our resident referee and coach,
Sebastian Marquez.
and our resident fullback,
G Roach.
And boys, this week in the Premier League, from 14th place and up, there was absolutely zero movement aside from the crazy relegation zone, in which 12 to 20th place are separated by 4 points. So we're gonna have to start to make this a bottom 8 pod, bro, before we start talking about the shitters at the top, bro. Arsenal picked up a big win this weekend. City and United were not in action because of the FA Cup. Chelsea, bro, giving up a disgusting 2-1 lead with the late goal to Everton.
Chelsea are back.
Chelsea are indeed back to being ass. Tottenham. Oh boy, Tottenham, brother. Tottenham with an awful result that gets Conte to call out their entire team, which isn't the craziest press conference I've ever seen from a coach in the Premier League, bro. Yeah. And that's saying a lot considering that Mourinho was a part of the league for a long time. But yeah, let's get started with Arsenal, buddy. You had a terrible result in midweek in the Europa League.
This is a project. We all know this. I'm going off of what Sebi likes to say. This season is going far better than expected, so I'm not expecting really anything. So getting eliminated from the Europa League, to me, stinks, but that's fine. We don't have enough depth to run into 4 different competitions and run away with it. We got eliminated Carabao Cup. That's fine. Bang energy. FA Cup, we got eliminated by City. That's fine. They were better than us. We got eliminated in Europa League. We started off with a shitty squad. Arteta couldn't make up his mind whether he wanted to start his real players or start his bench players. It was sloppy coaching. And then the penalty shootout was just bad from Ramsdale. That worries me for the future, but whatever. We have time to think about that. So whatever. Sucks that we got eliminated, but not all our eggs are in the Premier League basket. Now, to me, based on in the way the season is going, I would much rather put everything in the Premier League than put our eggs in both the Premier League and the Europa League and probably not win either one. Because we have been in the position to win the Premier League for the past 10 games. Since halfway through the season, it's been like, all right, Arsenal are now real deal. At the first 18, I was like, they're going to slip eventually. Yeah. We saw the slip. Everybody laughed at us. Look at us now. And Sevi, I have a bone to pick with you. I said to United, after a 7-0 loss, how do you feel as a team mentally, right? How do you proceed? And then he laughed at me. He said, Giancarlo, you're stupid. You're dumb because we just beat Betis 4-1 a couple days after. You're dumb. And then after, when Arsenal lost to Sporting, he goes, what's going to happen in the Premier League? New manager bounce for Crystal Palace? You guys are finished. Finished club. Finished season.
Hold on a second. I did not say that.
Yes, you did.
I did not say that. Go back to the group
You said
chat.
New manager bounce.
No,
with
I
emojis.
did not say that. Yes, exactly. That's all I
That's
said.
what you...
New manager
What is that
bounce
insinuating?
with eye emojis does not mean you guys are going to lose.
You posted a TikTok about how mentality works after a loss.
Yeah,
about me.
Yes, I did do that.
So I'm just saying what
But
you're
I
saying in
didn't say,
words.
No, but that wasn't
the
that was,
actions
That was
speak.
before because you had spoken about United.
And I did.
Saying, how would they come back after a 7-0 loss?
Exactly,
right?
in the Premier League.
And then you guys lost in the Europa League, which then I posted about you losing in the Europa League.
That's fine.
How will you guys come back
Fredo,
from a mentality drop?
We all know this. Europe and Premier League are 2 different horses.
Okay, tell me this for once. Arteta has been knocked out of the Europa League every single time he's in it. Do you not think it's concerning that he's getting knocked out of the Europa League by smaller clubs?
Absolutely.
In European competitions, and then he'll be in the Champions League next year? How do you think your players will react?
Brother, he's a product of Pep. Of course I'm concerned for Europe. No, I'm serious. Our football is beautiful in Premier League. He's the man for domestic success. Now he just has to improve his game in Europe. I don't think that we would have lost to Sporting if he would have had a set game plan from the beginning. You don't start bench players and then you panic and then you start putting in all your real players. That's not going to work. There's no cohesion there. You're just going to start tossing in players. This isn't Ultimate Team where you could just be like, oh, fuck it, I'll just put in my best player now. You can't do that. So that's his mistake. We don't have the depth to be playing a full squad. that's why he didn't start the whole team with Sporting, because he thought that we would be able to pass by them. We didn't, and then he got concerned, tried saving the Europe side of the season, and then it just looks bad.
To be fair,
Very bad.
I think if they do win the Premier League this year, they should be able to make certain additions coming up winning the league
Absolutely.
before you go into Europe.
They'll make additions, but I don't think they're that type of club that they're gonna be making big additions. The only addition that I can see them making is like Moises Caicedo or Declan Rice.
I mean, they definitely need those type of players though.
Yeah,
if they
but
want to
I
have a
don't
chance
think-
at defending this title properly.
I don't think that's
But-
like a big step.
But the main thing is depth though. That's what they
I've
need.
said that all
That's the
season
reason
as
that
well.
they got knocked out.
I said that also.
The thing to me is that, like, again, Arsenal are not, for what Arteta's building, is not a buy players make this team good. The only players we've bought that has been like major has been Partey, like 3 seasons ago, and then Jesus and Zinchenko. And even then, both of those buys before the season started, everyone was like, what are they gonna do? And they ended up being one of the most-
The Zinchenko one was the one that I was like, oh, I don't know if that's a good one. The Jesus one was necessary.
But even then, no one really rated him to be like, oh, they could win the Premier League with him. They were just like,
No.
okay, they'll get a top 4 push.
I agree.
So it's a project. I don't think that with what the players are building, I don't think buying a new player and replacing what we have now is really like our idea right now, because all our players are young. We're still the second youngest squad in the Premier League. All our players have so much room to grow. Ben White is still great. Both our center backs have plenty of room to improve. The only player I could see replacing, in my opinion, is Xhaka. He's the only player in the starting 11 that I could replace, and I'll be like, okay, I'm okay with it as long as he does the same or better. And I don't think that's too hard to ask for.
Yeah, I mean, a midfield replacement for Xhaka, yeah, that would be nice for them, and I think it's a realistic thing
Which
to
is
get.
why.
And he's
the
also
mentions
been there
of
for a while.
Caicedo
How
and Rice.
old is he?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, I
like
think
32 already.
An upgrade on Xhaka is realistic for Arsenal.
So
My main
that's
concern
it.
for them though is to be able to close the gap between the bench and the starting 11. Like
Yeah.
if they can get players that can bridge that gap a little bit, then I think they're more well suited to play in multiple competitions. I don't know if it's enough necessarily to like defend their Premier League title if they do go on to win it, but I think it's enough to be able to manage 2 competitions at once.
I think Reece Nelson coming back and doing what he did consistently could help start to bridge that gap, because he's been very solid coming off the bench lately. But I mean, besides that, fantastic game from the lads. Saka with 2 goals and an assist. He's part of the only player in the Premier League to double on goals and assists, and he's only 1 goal behind team of the season, Rashford. I mean, it's kind of crazy.
What, in the Prem?
Yeah, he's only 1 goal behind.
All right, let's look at all competitions.
That's fine. You play in like 40 other games.
Right. That's because we win every other game.
Yeah, and that's why you guys are 19 points behind Arsenal in the Premier League.
Oh my God! Oh, we're 2 games behind.
Okay, let's say you win it. 13 points behind Arsenal in the Premier League.
We're in every single cup competition, and we've won 1.
Which is exactly why
You guys just got eliminated by Sporting.
That's fine, which is exactly why I'm okay with being eliminated, because I don't want to be that far behind in the Premier League.
Loss.
That is a bad loss,
Yeah.
but what can you do?
If
you
guys,
lost it, and now
let's say,
everything's in
for
the Premier
example,
League.
If you guys blow the Premier League, then what?
That sucks.
Okay, but there's
That
no.
sucks.
I
It's just
It's
that
I
gonna be
agree.
terrible.
I agree, but losing to Sporting, like getting bounced from every competition other than the Premier League, that gives you guys no excuse to lose it now.
Exactly.
Like you guys have to go on and
We
win
do.
it.
So what if you guys blow it?
And that's a terrible blow, and we move on to next season.
I
Like
don't-
you
I
said,
don't- I don't
like
think-
you said.
I don't think everybody's gonna take it as a.
No, it's
we
gonna.
blew
It's
it.
definitely gonna be heartbreaking, because you go the whole season being in the front just to lose it. The 2 games which are there for us to lose are Liverpool away and City away. The only 2 games. The rest are for the taking, by far. So those are the only 2 games. Those 2 games decide the Premier League. We have every other game under control. The way that this team has been able to breeze by every other team now in the past couple games is beautiful. Fulham away, 3-0, easy. Crystal Palace, they're not the greatest right now, bad form, but we still have bad history against them. Only beat them 2-0 away this season, and it was a shaky game for a little bit, and then we just breezed by them 4-1. Arsenal are starting to pick up the pace in Premier League again.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, and they also have a bunch of wins on the bounce too. Like Arsenal actually have been cooking lately.
Yeah, but
It's good.
I'm
They're
still
they're
gonna
good.
hate.
They're good in my opinion. They're not gonna
I think-
bottle this.
I don't think we're gonna bottle this.
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. 'Cause I told Alfredo in the car.
Those two games are the only concern.
I'll tell you this. I told Alfredo in the car. Arsenal's starting to worry me for the Premier League a little bit, but I'm still gonna go with what I've said all season. I don't think you guys are gonna win it.
My biggest hope is that when you look at the squad depth between City and Arsenal, if we win it, I know it's gonna be City have had more games, brother. They have two teams that could start in the Premier League with their starting 22 players.
Yeah, I agree
and
with you.
could
I
make
agree
top
with you.
four.
Yeah.
I don't
So
think
they
that's an
have
excuse.
that's not an excuse.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, in my opinion, though, I hope that helps derail them a little bit in the Premier League because it's scary. We've seen City kill two teams that have Liverpool twice in the Premier League with 10 games left. It's scary. That history scares us, but it's in our hands. If we lose it, the only person we have to blame is us. We can't blame City.
I feel like even losing those two games, you should still have
I think
some
so.
cushion.
No, well, we're only 5 points ahead.
No, I know, but the way that City and Liverpool have been playing lately, they're gonna draw points at some point, bro. With 11 games to go, I find it hard to believe that
I
they
think
go on a huge winning run.
City is completely focused on UCL
Champions League.
football.
Yeah,
I think
Because
that's their whole reason.
and they have the toughest side of the bracket too. So if they really want to win it, they're gonna have to hone in on that
Because
stuff too.
they play Bayern right now, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
It's
then
rough.
they play the winner of Real Madrid and Chelsea. So they play Chelsea.
Nah, but I think for me, I think obviously Pep is gonna take every single competition seriously, but he's gonna have to.
But that's
I feel like he's gonna have to
again,
pick
that's
one.
that's why I don't mind getting knocked out of some of these competitions because we don't have what it takes. If we were to compete in all four, full strength, we would be in 4th or 5th right now in the Premier League. We probably would have gotten knocked out trying to get.
You'd be us.
Yes,
We are competing in every single one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Full
you'd be
strength.
so bad.
I don't-
You'd be
I don't
United,
want-
bro. It's crazy.
I don't want
Oh,
to
that's
be.
crazy.
I don't want to be good to decent everything. I want to be great at one thing, and then when we have the facilities to be great at everything, we can get there.
But what's
that's not what I'm worried about. Right now.
Okay, I'm gonna for that. What's the issue with just, let's say for example, winning these cup competitions, and then maybe next year taking that next leap for the Premier League?
Because we could do it now.
I know,
Why
but
not
I'm
do it
saying,
now?
I'm saying, if you were, let's say, in our position, where we decided obviously we haven't won a trophy in 6 years until the most recent one, but I'm saying like, oh yeah, so funny, whatever, fucking idiots. Anyways,
Continue.
it's so stupid, bro.
Go. Yes.
You put me off topic. I don't even know what I was saying.
You were saying what's so bad about winning club competitions here and there and
Yeah, you're acting like a fucking Real Madrid fan right now. That you're
no,
so,
okay, but that's
you're
not.
so like, oh
that's
my
not the
god,
thing.
like
You guys haven't had a manager for a full season since Ole, and we all knew Ole wasn't gonna get you a Premier League title. Now you guys have Ten Hag. In a couple of seasons, you guys are gonna be competing for the Premier League, if not next season. So you guys have what it takes next season, but for right now, winning the Premier League is not realistic.
Okay,
you guys have
but my
been
thing-
shaky with Ten Hag. Us, we've had Arteta for 4 years. We've seen the progression from 10th to 7th to 5th. Now we're competing for the Premier League. We don't have the facilities to compete in all these cup competitions and try to win them. So we hone down to one and we try to do our best in that one. We saw that Arsenal can win the Premier League. Right now, we have what it takes. Now we're just putting all our eggs there because we don't have what it takes to win the Bang Energy Cup or the FA Cup or compete in the Europa League while trying to compete for the Premier League. It's not possible for a team that has such little depth.
Not now at least.
Not now. Next season, hopefully. Maybe the season after.
But I'm saying before the season started, would you have not wanted to be in every single cup competition?
Not knowing the way we're going to do in the Premier League, yes.
That's
But
all I'm
because
asking.
I know how we're doing in the Premier League, that's why I don't really care. Because I've seen Arsenal win the FA Cup when we were in 10th.
Yeah,
This shit doesn't matter, bro. You're in 10th.
I'm feeling the same thing right now, bro. Like if Chelsea would have gone deep in those the cup competitions, I would have not cared at all, bro.
Like
you wouldn't have
it's
cared
just,
if they won a trophy.
If they won the FA Cup,
like it kind of
doesn't
stinks
mean
because
shit
like
to me.
Arsenal, we were in 10th in the Premier League. We knew we weren't gonna get any Europe, so we're like, fuck it, let's try to win
I'm
the FA
pretty
Cup,
sure the
and we
thing
put all
is-
into the FA Cup and we win it.
Okay,
so
I'm not
it's like,
saying
it's not as rewarding because your team's
Yeah.
doing shit. Yeah, we qualified for Europa League, but it's
Yeah, well, you wouldn't have been in a
so that
European
but that's
competition.
why we won the FA Cup, is because we put everything in there to try to get into Europa League, even though we finished in 10th.
I don't
But
think that's bad.
I don't think it's bad
if
either,
you're
but it's
poor-
just like we finished 10th. We were a mid-table club. That sucks. The state of the status of our club is shit right now.
I
So
think,
that
yeah,
club
I
doesn't
think-
mean
I
anything.
think getting into a Champions League spot is obviously better than winning the Carabao Cup and stuff, but I think winning the FA Cup is still pretty big in England.
No, I agree it's a good cup, but I've just seen us win it so many times, even when we were bad. So it's like, we win it, but there wasn't progression for a couple years. So it was like we're just barely making UCL, not even making UCL. We're making Europa League and winning the FA Cup. It's like, shit sucks, stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of feel
I want
that,
to strive.
'cause-
That's why I'm saying I want bigger things. I want the Premier League. Now we saw that we have the talent to do it, so let's do it.
But what if you're getting ahead of yourself?
Bro, 28 games in the season, and Arsenal are
No,
cooking.
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about for the future, because you're talking about for the future.
We have players that we're locking up in contract.
I understand that
and
you're
we have a
you're
very
saying
young
that,
squad.
Like you guys are gonna progress onto the next season and hope for more. But what if you guys are having a Leicester City type of year?
No.
Because
That wouldn't happen with Arteta.
this is more sustainable success.
Not saying Arteta is a reason, but we've been building this. We've seen
Yeah.
progression throughout the year.
Yeah, but
It's
this is
not-
the
it's-
first real successful season.
Bro,
Yeah,
last
but-
season we saw Arsenal play beautiful football for a good stretch of games, and then we just lost it in the last couple because they didn't have that in them. Now we're seeing a new squad with Saliba, Ben White playing at right back, Zinchenko. We have more experience. We have better players, and we're seeing the product of what we saw last season every now and then play right in front of us.
Dude, also Arsenal's success is more sustainable, and also they're not a club in a position where someone like City or United is gonna come call for their players and they're gonna leave.
That's
Like that did happen at Leicester. Like
That is true.
Leicester got poached off a Premier League winning team by clubs bigger than them because they know that going to those clubs you're gonna have more sustained success for years. So I'm not saying it's like I'm not saying that things couldn't go the way you're saying they could, but Arsenal are in a completely different position from Leicester.
I'm not saying that next season Arsenal are going to be predicted to get 90 plus points again, because that's what we should be getting now. But we should still be contending for the Premier League from now on. We should be a top 3 club in a title race every season from now on. We should
I
be.
agree. They have put themselves in a position where every year like winning the Premier League should be a goal. Where as previous years, like it would be like getting Europa League, like challenging for top 4. But yeah, I think now they're in a position where they should be challenging for the league.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
It's a project. It's
Yeah.
been a project. We've seen the project. I was an Arteta out fan for when we finished in 10th. That it was rough, man. It was not fun.
I'm gonna be
Seeing
saying
it
the
last
same thing in 2 years.
Even though last season we finished in 5th, I still saw the glimpses of Arsenal playing good football. I just didn't expect it to be this good.
All right, we gotta move on though.
Yeah,
We've been on Arsenal for like 20 minutes, bro.
Yeah, that's gonna be me next year when Grandfather takes us back to the UCL, bro. Uh-huh. Anyways, moving on to Chelsea.
Chelsea.
Mostly because you wanted to talk
I
about
actually
what
did
we
wanna
were
talk about
doing.
Chelsea.
That game, dude, it was the worst performance we've had in the last handful of games. That being said, it still wasn't bad. It's just, dude, we switched off at an awful time to concede those goals, bro. Like, this is prime Chelsea, bro. You need a point to rescue your season. Everton looking like they're about to go down for the first time in the Premier League era. And there goes Charity FC, bro, giving another team hope, bro. But overall, it's whatever, dude. At this point, like, don't get me wrong, I was happy that we were getting a couple wins, not like in a row, but I don't really care about the Premier League anymore. Like, it's a lost cause, bro. Everything we have this season has to go into the Champions League. I know it's a long shot.
I said that in like
Yeah.
the middle of the season.
I know it's a long shot but winning the Champions League is our only way back into the competition for next year. So just put everything there. Plus, I'm not gonna lie, maybe I'm delusional, but I kind of think we do got a shot against Real Madrid.
I don't think so. I think you guys are too ahead of yourselves there.
I'm not saying we're gonna beat them, but I'm saying like I'm not saying put a stamp on it like Real Madrid like 5-2 on aggregate they're going through for sure. Like, I don't think that's the case.
I will agree though that English, I don't know, like something about English clubs lately. Like we said in the beginning of from like 2016 behind, 2017 behind, it was all about Germany and Spanish teams. Now English clubs have turned over the Champions League. Now they're the ones that are dominating the Champions League. So I don't not expect them to have a fight, but I don't think they're gonna win.
Also,
but I think it's gonna be interesting.
Our form in the Champions League has been like way radically different than it has been in the Premier League. Like even in the group stage, when in Graham Potter's first month, we were playing we weren't playing good stuff in the Premier League. Then we have a couple of wins against Milan on the bounce. We beat Milan 3-0. And then that's when we had that run in October where we were winning a handful of games and not getting scored on at all. Then in the middle of this awful run of form, we play Dortmund and have two good performances back to back, even though we didn't win the first one. I don't know. I think this team is they're just playing a completely different style in the Champions League than they are in the Premier League. And for that reason,
it's just easier to break down.
Yeah,
I just think Real Madrid is a different animal in the Champions
They
League.
are.
No, obviously, bro. Real Madrid are probably the greatest Champions League team of all time, and even this team,
They are.
They are.
even this team now, they're defending a title and they're still looking nasty. But
They're not playing great in La Liga, but goddamn it, when it comes to the Champions League,
Always turn it on.
bro, they're such Champions League merchants, bro. It's just so
Yeah,
stupid, bro.
It's sad, bro. I can't believe they focus on that.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Dude, we gotta get a Real Madrid fan on here. Ask, would you rather win La Liga or the Champions League every year, bro? Shit's so stupid, bro.
That's actually sad. Imagine the one that says Champions League. Like,
I know, bro.
What do you want to win such a soft competition for?
Bro, I remember this guy in 2018. After they won their third Champions League in a row, I come out from the bathroom shortly after the final whistle. He's just sitting there on the couch, all chill, watching the trophy celebrations. I'm like, dude, I would be throwing up, crying on my knees with my shirt half ripped right now, bro.
Bro, I didn't know I was walking into one of the greatest eras of all time when it was happening.
Bro, I don't know, dude. When we won in 2021, I was a mess, bro. But
what areas do you think the team needs to improve in?
I don't know, dude. I feel like the midfield is definitely the weakest part right now. Even though I really love Enzo and Kovacic, I'm not gonna lie, I'd say our attack.
I agree.
Not that we need reinforcements. I just need these players to gel, get more time together, have more cohesion.
So not replace, just get more chemistry, get better together.
Just build off of what we had in their first couple of games, because I think Joao Felix has actually been really good. I know off camera before we came here, you told me that the loan has been ineffective. I think he's been great. I think Mudryk, when he does eventually get it rolling, he's gonna be great. Kai Havertz has actually been playing pretty well lately.
It just sucks that you guys kind of used Joao Felix to save your season, and he's obviously not going to be enough to save the season. So now you guys are gelling with Joao Felix and with the possibility of not even getting him back.
Yeah, that's true. If he doesn't come back,
that's what sucks.
If he doesn't come back, that's a really bad.
I don't think you guys should sign him.
I think we should. I really love Joao Felix. I love what he's been doing.
I think you guys, for your team specifically, I think you guys need a 6 to unlock Enzo Fernandez, because don't get me wrong, Kovacic is a great player and I like him, but I think you guys, and Conte is already with he's injury riddled. I know you guys are gonna offer him a new contract and everything, but I think it's time to sign a 6.
Nah, I agree.
For Enzo,
I think we definitely need another. That's the main priority too. It's to get an upgrade in the midfield. There's been a bunch of names tossed around,
obviously
Declan Rice for years, bro. It's literally he's Chelsea Jason Sancho at this point. I mean Jadon Sancho, bro. He's Chelsea Jadon Sancho at this point. And then Jude Bellingham, even though that's a huge long shot, but I guess an upgrade in the midfield would be the best thing for us.
You guys' main priorities should be a 6 and a striker.
Yeah, I don't know why we didn't get a striker. I think it's because in previous, bringing a striker, we don't have a track record with that. Strikers do not come here and perform, bro.
That's the thing, though. But because for me, the signings that you make, and especially if you buy Joao Felix is not a goal scorer. He's a chance creator. He's able to get past players, and
we don't really have a goal scorer.
Exactly. So I think Kai Havertz is not that, but he's doing it. He's doing a job for you guys. Yeah. And so when I see that, I'm like, if you guys spend 100 and whatever million for Joao Felix, he's a great player, but that's money down the drain when you could actually buy a 6 and a 9 and then you're gonna try to buy. Then you buy Nkunku, and so like you're obviously gonna let go of Mason Mount. So the thing is, you need fits to fit the team, and there's players there that is like why? Like
no, yeah,
Carboli,
for
why?
sure. But that's the whole thing for this summer is like the huge exodus of players coming out here. Like
That's
there's
what I
gonna
would
be
want to see.
a bunch of players leaving, bro. For sure, Ziyech, Aubameyang, Pulisic. In the midfield, likely Mason Mount, which breaks my heart because I fucking love Mason Mount, bro, and I want him to be at Chelsea forever. But it's probably gonna happen. And I'm pretty sure in defense as well. I think our core is set. Like Fofana, Koulibaly probably gonna be there by the Ashili, but then the rest of them, and Thiago Silva, but the rest of them I don't think really have a permanent place here. Chalobah might have to look for a new club. So yeah, I don't know. There's a lot of players that are gonna be on the way out, but I'd say probably a midfield upgrade.
That's why. That's one of the reasons I don't think you guys should buy Joao Felix, because I don't think he's a main priority, especially when things haven't like. That's why I said with the loan, it's not like been. And I get it. It's a new team and whatever. Things need to gel, but it's not what you guys need, in my opinion.
It's definitely gonna be crowded in attack next season because, like you said, like Nkunku, Mudryk.
I forgot you guys at bottom.
Yeah, Madueke, obviously. What was I gonna say?
Sterling.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, Sterling, Havertz, all of them. Like it's crowded up front, and there's only 3 places for all those players. So like, I guess losing Nkunku wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but that would have to be if the players we have now can actually gel and start playing well together, because otherwise. Losing Felix, especially if he goes to another Premier League club, would be awful for us.
Yeah.
But yeah, before we run out of time, quickly, I really wanted to address what Conte said in his press conference after the Tottenham game. He's right, but that was insane to say, bro.
Nah.
That was crazy.
Nah.
No.
Look at the past 15 years. He's right.
He's
No,
100%
He's
correct.
100% right. But dude, throwing your players under the bus like that in a public press conference is absolutely bonkers, bro.
Bro, someone's got to change.
Yeah, but
Bro, you got 15 years and you ain't got shit.
Yeah,
the best thing you got is a Champions League silver medal.
yeah.
And that was just pure, like, I wouldn't say luck, but pure Lucas Moura magic.
Yeah.
I was telling Sebastian, my bad to cut you off,
go.
but I was telling Sebastian before he got here, like, at the time, I didn't want it, but I kind of wish Tottenham did win the Champions League that year.
I don't.
Because, I don't know, dude, the biggest stain on Harry Kane's legacy is that he doesn't have a trophy. And I think Harry Kane has to be involved in GOAT discussions when you're talking about Premier League strikers. That's probably not going to happen if he doesn't have anything to his name.
He should have been so loyal to such a shit club.
Yeah, I mean, he had chances to leave.
He had so many chances.
He has one last. I think this is last summer.
To be fair to him, City were in for him. Just Tottenham just wanted way too much money. And with Daniel Levy, you're never gonna get a cut price on players that are world class.
And he's letting Conte go now, right?
Yeah,
like,
I'm pretty
very
sure
likely.
they're gonna
Very likely,
gonna let him go.
That actually is even shittier to me than. Well, I mean, I guess you kind of have to let Conte go after stuff like that, but it says a lot when your coach calls your players out and your immediate reaction is to censor him and get him out of there.
Yeah.
And especially when he's spitting facts.
We did that with Mourinho. We decided to entrust our time with Pogba, and Pogba was not necessarily a great locker room presence sometimes because of the negativity around Mino Raiola. So it's kind of the same thing in a sense.
Rough, man. I mean, it's Tottenham.
The
You're
history
gonna
of
keep
the
Eric
Tottenham.
Dyer on the starting 11. That's what you're gonna get.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. They haven't done him many favors, but they have bought a couple pieces that
They gave him pieces that he should have been more effective.
Yeah, I
with,
was about to say he should be doing more with what he has.
But it's just his football is so boring, man. It's also his fault because of the style of play that's not gonna work in the Prem all the time.
It is terrorism ball, bro. And when he first came to the Prem, nobody had ever seen anything like that. Shocked the entire league. And then now everybody has his playbook, bro. Everybody's seeing what he does. It's not a surprise anymore. So I don't know, dude. There's a lot to figure out with Tottenham there. Conte likely on the way out. Levy not doing anything about what he said. It's gonna stay true. But
I think they're gonna be unsuccessful in the next few years. We're gonna see a drop off in Tottenham.
are they gonna be? They're gonna be hitting 2018, 2019 Arsenal level.
Yeah.
Am I right, buddy? All right. But yeah, I'm pretty sure that's been everything for this week. Pretty slow week in the Premier League, to be honest. Now we head into the international break. And next week, I doubt anybody's still watching at this point. But if you guys have some hot takes, hit us up on Instagram or in the comments with the hottest of hot takes. Because next week we're gonna be going over them. So for now, this has been Switch the Field. My name is Alfredo.
My name is Sebastian Marquez.
My name is